Go Blue, everyone. Moose, Ludwig commits, and more. It's all coming up next on the 200th show, Michigan Wolverines Live. All right. How about that new song, everybody? That is some hype stuff right there. Episode 200. We're here, Michigan Wolverines Live. My name is John D'Adamo. I'm going to be your host for the next hour or so. Go ahead and hit that like button as you come in, subscribe, and share this out with a friend. We are coming to you live from YouTube. We're coming to you live from X. We're coming to you live from Twitch. We've got audio over here, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, iHeart. So we're coming to you from everything. Really appreciate everybody coming in today. As you join us, go ahead and send a super chat if you want your comment or question to be read on screen. And without further ado, the guy who helped us come up with that awesome intro there and with us every Tuesday as my co-host, we got TJ Ronin in the house. Go Blue.
What up, John? What up, community? What is up, boys? We got a commitment. We're already starting to cook. The coaches are on the trail. We got a bunch of updates. It's good to be back in the recruiting saddle, my friend.
I agree. Burgergate is officially over. You can put some mustard on that and send it away because no more Burgergate. They're back out on the recruiting trail. And our 200th show, TJ, our 200th show. And I think I started around 60 something. And we've just, and I think it's just because we've been doing it consistently every week, including off season. And we're passing Iowa now. We have more episodes than the Iowa show. And it's just been an honor to do this each and every week with you.
Yeah, dude, no doubt. And to be honest with you, I didn't even realize it was episode 200. We didn't even talk about it. You're dropping it on me right now. So hell yeah, man. Episode 200. Excited to do 2,000 more, honestly. No end in sight. And yeah, congratulations, John. And shout out to the community for making it happen, because that's the reality of it. We don't make it to 200. I mean, sure, I guess we could push a show and struggle bust through it, but it's been fun. This is fun. We have a great community. We have a good time. We talk ball. It's because of everybody involved. It's not just John running everything from behind the scenes or myself giving analysis or it's everybody. It's the members, it's the viewers, it's the chatters, like how many, if we look in the private chat right now, or not in the private chat, the public chat right now, how many of these names are regulars? Like all of them, like a lot of you guys. So I was just seeing Ryan Hall's back. Shout out to Ryan Hall, shout out to Blue Wolverines, shout out, and I'm going to miss somebody, shout out to Marmar, obviously, Juju, Corey G, West Quad, Maniac. Yeah, dude, it's just
Nick's here.
Yeah, I mean, Nick's I saw Nick's already starting to stir the pot.
Back in heat right away.
So it's just good to see everybody. Shout out to Russell Harris. Shout out to our guy Aaron Burke here. Detroit Wolverine. Everybody. Tom Bouchard. How did I forget? My bad. Shout out to Tom Bouchard.
Everybody, hail to the Blues here. Loki, how we doing, everybody?
Yeah,
so I don't know what Nick is talking. I have not been keeping up with this saga, so I don't really have an answer on this one. But Nick is asking about Sam Webb, maybe with Jordan Acker and what's going on there. All I know is Sam is very connected, and he likes to keep his connections.
Yeah, I mean, look, Sam has a lot of sources, and because of that, he's mindful of how he approaches certain topics or things, and he knows how to play the game. He knows what he's doing. And I don't want to give a position of he's hiding anything from Jordan Acker. I'm just saying Sam knows how to navigate the waters, being an insider. He knows when to push things and when to just be an observer or allow things to play out as he just observes the situation or whatever, And for those who don't know, like obviously, I don't really know what Nick's exactly talking about. It could be related to the Santa Ono situation, or maybe there's more. I'm not sure. But at the end of the day, Sam knows how to protect his sources and as well as take care of his sources. And it is, it's just part of it. That's one of the things when you're really close to the program, you have to be mindful. Because if he's not, Sam burns bridges. I mean, that's just kind of what that is. He may say this kid don't know what the hell he's talking about, but at the end of the day, we know from just past situations, Ward Manuel, Sam's mindful on how he approaches topics.
Yep.
It's strategic play. I mean, he's strategic with it, man. I see how he operates sometimes. Like, I don't know everything. I don't know all of his, I don't know what his mind is necessarily thinking, but I see how he navigates things occasionally.
For sure. Ryan Hall with the $10, 200. Congrats, boys. Ryan, appreciate you so much kicking things off here.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you, Ryan. It's been a minute. I don't know where you've been, bro, but shout out to you. Unfortunately, obviously, things didn't work out well for the spring game, but hopefully we'll see you at some point, if not during the regular season, next spring game.
For sure. And Keith is here, a charter member of the Connor Stallions espionage team. Russell is reminding everybody to hit the like button. So we got everybody here just chipping in, letting people know about what's going on. Pretty much everybody I've highlighted so far is a YouTube member. So just go ahead. If you have $3, go ahead and become a YouTube member. Join the club of all the people I just highlighted, basically, and become a YouTube member. We've got lots of stuff. We are going to do a members show. So we'll have to figure it out because I realized Memorial Day is Monday. So we'll have to see if we want to do it on Memorial Day. But members only show will be coming. And obviously for $2.99 you get the emojis, but at $4.99 you get access to the members only shows and all that good stuff. $9.99 you get to essentially help steer the ship, and you can send out topics. You also get to guard the manifesto, which is a real important piece of the Connor Stallions espionage membership. But everyone who is part of the memberships at any level, we do appreciate it very much. And I see a lot of green in here with the people who are members, so I appreciate it.
The community is insane. We have a great community. Let's call somebody out right now. Oh, did you do?
Oh,
we did.
No, I didn't.
I'm not going to do anything drastic. But we're just going to call out our Notre Dame friend here, Michael. I want to be very clear with you, buddy. You are welcome here. You can hang out with us. You can even talk a little trash, but do not constantly take shots at us, my friend. You're going to rub the community wrong, and if you rub the community wrong, then we have to handle that. So you are welcome to be here. You're welcome to talk ball. You could talk about how USC was soft and doesn't want to travel to you guys. I think we would all agree that's whack, but let's not forget you guys don't want to have our rivalry either. So I guess that the shoe fits on both feet for you guys. But at the end of the day, be respectful, be mindful, and you can hang out. You can hang out here as long as you want, but let's not cross any lines here.
Yeah. They're so scared that they don't want to play us again till what's that? 2033?
Yeah, something crazy. Whatever. We'll be on our third straight natty by then at least.
No, Notre Duck, they don't want that smoke. Yeah, and I like that Notre Duck. That's absolutely fantastic. Loki's celebrating 10 months of membership, by the way, so we do want to call that out. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'll just say one thing. I think everyone's welcome of all fan bases, and we've had. I mean, yes, it's primarily Michigan fans because it's a Michigan show, but we also have Buckeyes who come in and they're members and they're mods, and they come in and they have a great time. Even Garrison, who we butt heads with Garrison, but he comes in, we chop it up. Buckeyes battle cry, and yeah, even some Notre Dame people have come in from time to time. Some Alabama people have come in from time to time. So it's all welcome. Just stay away from personal attacks. Stay away from obvious trolling. And we had an example there of obvious trolling. So let's just not do that. And then you get to stay.
A new rule. If my mic sounds off, let me know.
I didn't hear anything.
So
Off.
I know you never do, but my mic was off because for some reason every time I come into StreamYard, it switches my mic to my webcam, and I have no idea why. So that's on me. I should do better. But if I miss it, let me know, chat.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if I had heard something, I would have given a heads up. But we'll keep working on the tech issues here behind the scenes. All right, folks, let's get to our very exciting main topic because, yes, folks, Matt Moose Ludwig has committed to the University of Michigan, the 6th player in our 2026 class, and we're going to show some tape, some film of this guy, but I will just say he's somebody who I love his mentality.
John.
Yeah.
Not to cut you off. His junior tape is below. Don't play this tape. His junior. So for some reason, he doesn't have his junior tape pinned. So if you scroll down into like, I think it's around December, you'll see his junior tape.
Okay.
So you'll get there.
He's also got some basketball.
Right there, junior tape. And shout out to Jeez Louise on her new name. I like it. All right. So yeah, I mean, John, I don't know if you want to give I've already given my thoughts on him, and I will again, but what are your thoughts on this edition?
Well, I mean, I think a couple of things. Obviously, he's a top 100 tight end. That's great. Billings, Montana. He's Montana tough. He had some real schools go try to get this guy. Like it was Georgia, it was Tennessee, it was Texas Tech. And I think that part of it is, I mean, he can make any play on the field. But he had a comment that I even put in our text thread here. If the ball is in the air, it's going to be mine. That is a direct quote, and that's the mentality that we want at the University of Michigan.
Yeah, no, I mean, exactly. And what I love is, not only is he excelling on the outside or in the slot, there's going to be some plays in this highlight package where he's literally carrying defenders, literally running through defenders, never die mentality, never go down mentality. I mean, it's the epitome of just hard-nosed football that is going to break defenses in the fourth quarter. It's going to be the difference in wins and losses, just like you saw Penn State literally give up when Blake Corum literally destroyed their will. He's the type of player, and this is one of those plays where he just fights, and it takes the entire team to get him down. There's another play that's later in this highlight package where I swear to God, he gets 15 yards with the entire team on his back. He's just he has a good mentality. He fits exactly what we're trying to do. He's full capable in terms of like extremely versatile tight end. He can go out wide, he can go inside, he can go inline. He can block, he can run block, he can pass block. But the thing is, like, they don't use him in a lot of pass blocking settings, but because of his frame, you see a lot of that. Like this play here, this is a Chip Lindsey special. You'll see this a lot with Chip Lindsey. You'll have these screens where the tight ends will then block to the second level. He will excel there. You have him on the outside here playing like an X roll, and you just see that defenders, especially like when you have a corner who's like 5'10" or 5'11", they're gonna have a long day trying to defend this guy. So, I think Michigan has their ideal prototype of a tight end in this class. We've landed him already.
Now, this brings up a really interesting comment, or a really interesting theme that I've been hearing of, Michigan's behind in recruiting, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
But this is the 6th recruit in the class, and
that's right.
How many we had last year was 3. We had 3 this time last year.
Was it 3 this time last year, John?
I think it was 3. I was literally just watching Isaiah Hole like a couple of minutes ago. 3. And I recall it being around there. It was not very high. So we are ahead of last year. And that's with the fact that we had our hand tied behind our back and with Burgergate for a couple of weeks. So now out at the recruiting trail, and this happens right away. What could be coming up next? Who knows? But this is very exciting news, and I'm glad Michigan was able to pull this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great ad. It's a great ad. It is like when I was doing the video today, the player analysis, I was thinking to myself, like, what is the negative? The only thing he needs to do is just time and development. I mean, he's got it all. Obviously he needs to improve as a route runner and like but these are things that will occur over time. He'll get faster, he'll get stronger. Like he's the full package. There's really no negative to his game. I mean, if there was one thing I could critique, it'd be, well, I wish we had more pass blocking film. There's really none of that, but that's because his team was using him as a weapon. He like right now he's playing quarterback. He's wildcat. Like he was an offensive weapon for his team, so he's not going to be pass blocking, right? He's not going to be in pass pro. So, it's just an excellent addition. Michigan got a good one here, and they're going to look to build on the momentum because Michigan is hitting the recruiting trail hard right now. They're doing all these visits, which we'll get into in the recruiting update.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I think it's a great get, and clearly the type of player that can block. He can be a passer. He could be put in any position on the field, I think, and be successful. Kind of like a Loveland, but obviously he brings his own flair to that. And Loveland was, the best tight end Michigan has had in a while. So yeah, that is a big statement to make. But I do see similarities. I do see the versatility, at least, being very similar.
He's a bit slower he's a little bit slower than Loveland.
Yeah.
But he's also bigger than Loveland. He is bigger than Loveland was at this age. And his weight's good weight. This isn't bad weight. He's just more developed, which is crazy because Loveland, as a freshman, came in and contributed. Do I think he's going to come in as a freshman and contribute? It's just so hard to say. It's such a tough call. But as you can see, he's not afraid of the elements, So that's a plus as well. Born and raised in Montana. He'll be just fine in Ann Arbor.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and look at the rest of the recruiting now that the trail is back on. Obviously a big week for Savion Hyder potentially, and like his prospects coming to Michigan.
Yeah.
What are some of the people we should be keeping an eye out as we get back into this?
Yeah, Michigan, as soon as the the dead period was done, Michigan was off and running, bro. Like, we're going to get into it. Michigan has been recruiting all over the nation. We're going to go one by one, but we're going to start at the most important position on the field. None other than QB1, our QB, Brady Smeagol. Chip Lindsey flew out to visit Brady Smeagol to continue building that relationship. Brady Smeagol is going to be visiting for Victor's Weekend, June 20th, which is going to be the big weekend. Let's be on the lookout for that. Literally 1 month from today, guys. Today is May 20th. June 20th is going to be the big weekend where by that time, Michigan should have a handful or more commits by that time. We'll get into that and the expectations over the next month and a half. The other big prospect, John, that I know the audience is going to be excited to hear about is Savion Hyder. What is it, John?
Hyder.
Savion Hyder. We should know this by now, right? Savion Hyder, but it's honestly, we were on a recruiting hiatus. My brain went foggy on me. But Savion Hyder, Tony Alford has already visited Savion Hyder. There was pictures today. He's going to be visiting June 13th. So not only is Tony Alford building that relationship just a few weeks before his official visit, securing it, because as many of you guys know, Michigan has been the leader for Savion Hyder for about 5 months now. 4 to 5 months. Okay. Now there were some people who thought, well, Michigan might be losing its lead to the likes of Ohio State and Georgia, etc. But it does appear that Michigan is still in a strong position. Michigan still holds the lead right now. Still holds the lead with an official visit coming June 13th. The big thing for Hyder here, all right, I'm just going to call it. Michigan can win this if they want it. It's going to come down to the final NIL number. It's going to come down to, is Michigan willing to financially, which they've shown they are. They have shown they are. Are they willing to financially do what is necessary to secure his commitment? I think Michigan will. I don't know that they will. I'm assuming, but the reason why I'm assuming is because they've been so high on Hyder. They have done everything they need to do to land this commitment. And we've seen them put money at other positions. We saw what they just did with Justice Haynes in the transfer portal. I cannot see why they would back down now. They know what they need to do. Everyone and he plans on making a commitment after his official visit. So we should have an answer there at the end of June. The other player we're going to talk about, John, and actually I want to show his highlight tape. So I'll pull it up here. There's another running back. As we all know, the Javion Osborne sweepstakes is kind of over. It's kind of over. It doesn't mean it is over, but it's kind of over. So the running back that we need to be paying attention to right now, and this doesn't mean Savion Hyder's out of the picture. No, this is the running back that you have complement Savion Hyder, and it is Amari Latimer. Amari Latimer is a larger back, a physical back. I want you guys to take a look at how he runs. He is a horse. This is a physical runner who is your RB, your B. He's your RB. He's the B, right? He's the 1B to the 1A is what he is. And if you can land Amari Latimer, and the biggest threat to him right now is Wisconsin. I believe his cousin goes there. Alfred made an in-home visit with Amari Lattimore on Sunday. He will be visiting Michigan June 6th. The plan is to try and land both Amari Lattimore and Savion Hyder because this is going to be your Thunder and Lightning duo. And I'm going to be honest with you, I am sold. As you can see here, he is a truck. This kid is a truck.
Yeah.
He's big time. I don't think his ranking matches the player. He's physically built. He's a grown man out there. He has breakaway speed. He's a big time player, man. He should be probably, in my opinion, a top 125 player. I think he's currently ranked in the 200s. I could be wrong there. Let me double check because I haven't looked in a while. Let's see, where's he ranked? But regardless, I mean, you can see in his tape, this kid is extremely skilled, man, and his size is amazing. So he's ranked 286th in the nation. In my opinion, he's a top 150, 125 player to me. I mean, I think he's a big time player. I think he could be. I'll just say this: if we ended up with him and not Savion Hyder, I would be okay with it. That does not mean I want that though. I want Savion Hyder, but Amarion Latimer.
Savion Hyder is basically like I'm not going to call him Bryce Underwood, but he's kind of a Bryce Underwood-esque. Like you land him, he's elite. A hallmark of the class.
Yeah, he's a special player. Like he's a cornerstone player. Amari Latimer is not cornerstone, but he's a very good player. Damn, you could put this kid at linebacker. But anyways, hell of a player, man. I'm a big fan of him. I wanted to share him with the audience, let everybody get up to speed. The next player we're going to talk about is one we're all familiar with, and without question is the highest priority offensive lineman for Michigan. That is Malachi Lee, the 6'6", 318-pound Hawaii monster. Grant Newsome visited him on yesterday, so they've already flown out to Hawaii. His next visit is going to be June 20th, and he's going to be there for where? Victor's Weekend. That's where Brady Smiegel's. I'm going to tell you right now, Victor's Weekend is going to be big time. Like Michigan's going to be closing. It's going to be closing season. Next player we're going to talk about is the wide receiver who is my personal cycle crush. My crush is Travis Johnson. Big fan of his game. Ron Bellamy visited him on Monday in Virginia for the in-home. He will be back for an official visit on June 13th, which is the same weekend as Savion Hyder. We have some big weekends coming up, John. We are battling right now South Carolina and Penn State for Travis Johnson. In my opinion, this is a must get. This is like our wide receiver. We need this type of talent in our wide receiver room. Michigan needs to pick it up here. Now they did it in home, so that's good, but we got to close. Like we have to get Travis Johnson. If we don't get Travis Johnson, I'm going to be very frustrated as a fan. Obviously we'll live. Obviously we'll move on. Obviously there'll be other targets, but I really like this kid's game. He's a special player.
Warminster's, Chesapeake, Virginia. This is the type of player you need to get.
Yeah, he's a playmaker. He's a game changer. He's X Factor. He's an X Factor player. Like he's blockbuster. He's big time. Like he's, in my opinion, a very special dynamic player that if Michigan lands, it would add a lot of skill to that room. And then the last player we're going to talk about in the recruiting update. Actually, I have 2 more updates. But we have Nick Abrams, Brian John Marie. If Juju's in the chat, which he is. Shout out to Juju. Shout out to Beat Up too if he's in the chat. Nick Abrams is one of the 2 linebackers that Brian John Marie is currently recruiting. I mean, obviously there is Shadarius Tootle, but he's trending to Georgia. So there's an update on him. But Brian John Marie met with Nick Abrams on Sunday. He's a 2026 4-star linebacker. He's a top target. He is going to take an official visit June 6th. Be on the lookout for that. This appears to be one of the linebackers who are now at the top of the board for Michigan. And as I was talking about with Juju and B-Dub before the show, it does appear that Brian John Marie likes to only recruit like 2 players at a time. So this is one of those players. And actually, I'm going to pull up his huddle tape right now. We'll play it right here. Let's see. Why is it not coming up? Oh, it is. So we'll take a look at Nick Abrams. We'll see what Brian John Marie likes about this kid. Obviously, he's built pretty well here. Let's watch him right here. You can see him just getting a feel for the field. Goddamn. Power drives that kid. I mean, obviously his form could have been better, but you could just see the physical capability of him. He's definitely a read and react linebacker. He definitely has explosiveness. This is my first time watching this huddle tape, so we're watching it all live for the first time. But I'm not gonna lie, I like the way he seems to have a good feel for. I mean, obviously these are highlights here, but he does seem to have a good feel for the play. He's definitely a read and react linebacker, playing off of. To me, it looks like he has a lot of film. Like the type of linebacker who does a lot of film homework. You see. Right now, he's just obviously playing off instincts. But earlier, when you saw his highlight tapes, it looked like a player who was just going off of his homework. He knows how to read and react, diagnose plays. But we'll see. I think he's a well-built linebacker. He looks good. But we'll see what Brian John Marie does, because the question is, Brian John Marie did land Nathan Owasu Boateng, right? Brian John Marie did land Bulls in the transfer portal, the 4-star linebacker out of Georgia. But Brian John Marie seems to have a trend where he is only targeting literally like 2 kids at a time. And if he swings and misses, then we're in a bad spot. Now, the other player that Brian John Marie is currently recruiting is Tyler Atkinson. Tyler Atkinson is the number 1 linebacker in the nation. And this is Brian John Marie with Tyler Atkinson. Brian John Marie just visited him. We're going to see, what does this mean? Because here's what we do know. The number 1 linebacker in the nation is going to need some NIL. You know what I mean? Like, this is going to be a player, John, where Michigan's going to have to write a check. Are they willing?
Dollars and cents. Like, it's not exactly. It can't be just a vague range. Now, just like with Savion Hyder, like, he's going to need dollars and cents.
Well, like I was talking about with Juju and B-Dub, Brian John Marie is known for being a whale hunter. Okay. This would be a whale. This is a big time player. This is what Brian John Marie actually specializes in. He specializes in closing elite players. I know last year, it wasn't his best first year, but he did get it to Nathan Owasu Boateng. That's nothing to sneeze at. That's a very good player. We'll see if Brian John. See, that's like Brian John Marie's strategy appears to be he just focuses on a couple of kids and he gives them his full attention. But you got to land, right? He's got to land,
right?
So, we'll see if Brian John Marie can make progress here. All right, we're gonna call this boy out. Listen, big dog. What we are discussing is there was a visit by the head coach. Sit the fuck down. You're 2 steps away from being. You're 2 steps away from being banned, big dog. And by the way, your school ain't shit, and the Dallas Cowboys suck. Suck it. All right. On to our final player, Zayden Crimpen. Grant Newsome visited Zayden Crimpen in Texas today. I know the Maze Madman show with our guy Maniac, who's in the chat. Shout out to Maniac. Shout out to Kinetic. They're good friends with Zayden. Well, they've had Zayden Crimpen on the show, friend of their program. Grant Newsome did visit Zayden Crimpen today. He is the other offensive lineman that Michigan is trying to land. Right now, Michigan appears to be focusing strictly on Malachi Lee, Leo Delaney, Zayden Crippen, and Marky Walbridge. Those are kind of the main offensive tackles or offensive linemen that Michigan is narrowing its scope on. So, we'll see what they can do there. One thing I can say I'm very confident about is Michigan will have a very strong offensive line class for 2026. I'm extremely confident with that. But that's where we are. But here's the good news, boys. Recruiting is open. Michigan is cooking, and we're gonna have a bunch of updates. There should be a bunch of kids committing like over the next few weeks. Official visit season is about to be nuts because we're only at 6. So Michigan's probably going to be landing, I would say, 17 to 20 kids from now until signing day. So we're gonna have a lot of fun. A lot's gonna be happening. So let's enjoy the ride.
Yeah, BJM, Brian Jean Marie, he needs a big win. And I think he's been very hit or miss on the recruiting trail. I think landing someone like this, landing some big people for 26 would do great for his entire career, because obviously all these people are wanting to move up in the coaching ranks, whether they want to be head coaches, whether they want to be like a career defensive coordinator, maybe in the NFL, whatever. Everybody's a little different, but at the end of the day, like you gotta be like increasing your pedigrees, and I do think that he's been one of the weaker recruiters at times. So I think it would be great to.
Tough. It's tough because we wish he would do more, but it's not like he's done nothing.
True.
Right. Nathan Wasu-Boateng, great get.
Great get.
Getting Bowles from Georgia, that was a good get out of the portal. Chase Taylor, I'm high on. I like Chase Taylor. So I mean, I'm on the fence with Brian Jean Marie. I think if there's a coach to be critical of in the recruiting, it's Ron Bellamy.
Oh yeah.
Although then somebody might.
Oh, you know how I feel about Ron Bellamy. He's on my shit list.
what about Andrew Marsh? What about Jamar Browder? That was a good get. It was a good get. So I mean, it's we'll see. There's no coach who is so bad at recruiting they have to be replaced. Everyone's doing something. It's just we'd like to see a little more. Last thing on recruiting, John, that I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
Michigan is bringing back satellite camps. Michigan is going to be doing a camp at Wayne State. So some will say, well, that's not really a satellite camp because it's in the state of Michigan. But they're also going to be visiting Texas and Georgia. So they're going to be doing a satellite camp in Texas. They're going to be doing a satellite camp in Georgia. Did you just type that banner? You are the quickest hands in the fucking America. Anyways, but shout out to John. But yeah, man. So the satellite camps are back, and we'll see what Cheryl Moore can do with those and what type. If anyone remembers when John Harbaugh was doing the satellite camps, those were a big deal. The SEC was scared because what it did is it allowed kids who didn't have the financial capacity to come up to Ann Arbor to then get to know these coaches and build relationships and also see how these coaches work on the field. And the fact that Michigan's going to start to do these a little bit more, I'm happy about it. Let's see if Michigan can get some kids from it. I mean, to me, it's nothing but a net positive.
Yeah, no, I think anything Michigan can do to gain an edge.
Yeah, do it.
Just do it. Yeah. Just do it. I'm always in favor because I see Ohio State and the big SEC programs and Oregon, and they're just doing whatever it takes. And all I'm asking is just this is exactly the type of thing that I want to be seeing. I want to be seeing outside of the box or even bring back ideas that worked well in the past. And satellite camps worked well in 2015, the early Harbaugh years.
I think Michigan is motivated as shit right now. I think Michigan is like, it's like, when someone's like talking behind your back and it just gives you that extra motivation and extra energy. I feel like Michigan's in that sphere right now. They got the 4 weeks of, of no recruiting. I think they're like, all right, guns blazing. Like, I mean, like this run this week of all the visits that they're doing, it's big time. There's no expense being saved. Like they're willing to travel to Hawaii just to, like how many times I'm sure Grant Newsom doesn't mind the trip, but he's only there for like a day. So it's a hell of a flight. He's literally flying to Hawaii for like
there you go.
half a day, and then he's in Texas. Like the boys are putting in work right now. So shout out to the coaching staff.
Hey, listen. Half a days in Hawaii is better than no days in Hawaii. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Just get on
over.
Hawaii
twice in 5 months.
Well, there you got a pipeline there. So I'm glad they're putting in the work. That is good to see. It's good to see that we're back out there. Somebody said, I think it was Marmar, put the word that we're back or something like that. So very exciting. And any other thoughts on recruiting before we get to a couple of supers and
final thought? I think we're gonna have a top 10 class.
Boom.
I think we're gonna do a top 10 class. I'm not a top 5. I think Michigan's got to make major moves to get into top 5. But I do think I know right now. I said in the video that I know Michigan's behind the top programs in the Big Ten. I know we're behind the top programs in the nation. But I do believe that Michigan is going to be very aggressive. From here forward, all the way to signing day. And I do think Michigan's going to land. I said in the video, I believe Michigan's going to land somewhere in the realm of, I'd say 5 to 8 kids by the end of June. So we'd be in that 10 to 15 commit range. And I do think Michigan's going to close very hard from October all the way to December. I think they're going to apply the same strategy they did last year, and they're going to flip some kids. I really do.
Well, money's not. That's what we want to hear.
And like, what's funny is, me and Johnny Olden, we took on the Bryce Underwood rumors that were swirling around from the Buckeyes and whoever was pushing them. And we talked about it Thursday, and I shared that the individual that I lean on for my Bryce Underwood stuff, he told me, no, there's no smoke to it. And then the very next day, Bryce Underwood puts out the tweet that you guys just post anything on social media, so at the end of the day, the point is where I'm going with this. Financially, NIL is not an issue. Michigan's fine. Just like I brought up, Michigan went for Yaxel Landenborg, the number 1 portal prospect in basketball. They dropped $4 million on the kid. Money, all of a sudden they got no money. No, that's not the case. The reality is Michigan's just trying to play this strategically as well as waiting on the House bill because they do want to know how that concludes so they can move. They can move without having to promise things that they can't promise.
Right. Yeah, it'd be nice to get some clarity there so that recruiting could open up even more. But
and how many are going to be on the roster? That's another thing too. Is like they don't want to say X amount of money is going to be given to you if the number is not 105. That isn't for sure yet. So like they don't want to be like, oh, we're going to get this amount of money and then it's going to be $15,000 or $20,000 less. Like you don't want to do that. That's a dirty game.
For sure. But yeah, I agree with you. I think we're headed in the right direction now. Obviously this Moose pickup was a big pickup and onward and upward from here. Can't get it. I mean, listen, I feel like we hit the bottom with being sidelined from recruiting due to Burgergate and now onward and upward, which is exciting. We actually have some things to share, which is nice.
Finally.
I know. Blue Wolverine is celebrating 9 months of membership. Says it looks like Block M, go Blue. Blue Wolverine has been here. One of our really awesome community members who just throws it down every week, and it's just always great to see him hanging around.
Yes. Although I'm not too happy. He doesn't appear to be a pumpkin spice fan. So
what?
Yeah, we're beef. Me and Blue Wolverine are beefing a little bit right now. We're beefing.
Oh, there's a beef on pumpkin. Are you more of a caramel apple or salted caramel?
So I posted a picture of some pumpkin cookies.
Okay.
And there was some people. I don't know. I don't know. They're not human or they're terrible people. I don't know. But I put out a poll and I said if you don't like pumpkin spice, like pancakes or cookies or muffins or bread, what kind of human are you? And I gave the logical options. You're either insane, psycho, soulless, or you beat kids and dogs. And some people think there should be a different option. I don't think there should be. Like Beat Up, for example, soulless.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more salted caramel.
Ugh.
But I will have the occasional pumpkin thing, or
Michigander knows.
pumpkin scented situation.
Oh my god! Oh my god, Courtney!
I knew she was gonna say something. She's not a pumpkin spice fan. I knew it.
Jesus.
Yeah, just but that's all right. I do think there's something for everybody. And
all right. I know. I think it's a character flaw if you don't like pumpkin spice.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Red flag.
Teach their own. Yeah. So, Jeez Louise says, even I'm not basic enough for pumpkin spice lattes. Whoa! Jeez Louise!
I give you a compliment. You come at me like this?
Oh, snap.
No longer friends. It's fine. No longer friends. It's fine.
Ryan H. Woo! Ryan H. 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Ryan. I can't see who they are because it's too far back now, but congrats to all 5 of you who got the membership. Enjoy your emojis. Ryan, you're awesome. We do appreciate you.
Thank you, Ryan.
Stephen Powers, member for 7 months, didn't want to write a comment, just wanted to say member for 7 months. So that works too. We appreciate you. Elisha has become is member for 1 month, although Elisha's been a member, kind of like a friend of the program now for a while. But since Michigan wasn't able to really recruit this month, you would think that they will pay higher than what the market is to catch back up. Wrong. Yeah, we don't exactly pay the highest in the market for very many people. So there are a few that we have.
Yeah,
but it's selective based on talent.
They'll do that with a few of them, but majority of them are market value. Like Ty Haywood, we paid above market. Obviously Bryce Underwood, the Axel Landenborg, we were top dollar. Justice Haynes, we were top dollar. A few of them we'll do that with. Derek Meadows, we tried to do that with. Derek Meadows wanted more money, so can't win them all.
Very true. Can't win them all. Bull will win $4.99. First of all, cinnamon, yes. Pumpkin spice.
Okay, cinnamon's fantastic. Cinnamon is fantastic.
I like cinnamon.
How do you not like pumpkin? Like, I'm telling you right now, if you had one of these pumpkin cookies, actually, I'll share you. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to tell you right now, there's no way these are not good. You had one of these, it would change your life. You'd even question life. You would say, oh my God, what have I been missing? Life's a lie. You have one of these cookies. It's crack. I've had, you know how many I had today, John? 5.
5? Okay.
5. I'm at 5 and the night's not over. Just
yeah. Well,
could get to 10. I'm just saying it could happen.
It's May. So you're
exactly.
You're going in early.
It's not a seasonal food. Whoever that's some like North Face shit. That's some North Face. No, pumpkins are year round, bro.
Each cookie is an NIL worthy deal. Okay, exactly. Well there you go.
Elijah knows ball.
Alrighty, folks. Well, we are officially caught up. And I do appreciate everybody's super chats. Let's go ahead and hit our other topic today. So I don't know, for those of you who have seen, Samaj Morgan made some comments about Coach Campbell. So he was talking. He was being asked about how he feels about the Chip Lindsey 2025 system after. Obviously, the passing game last year was one of the worst in the country. And Morgan took the time, and this is rare for a player to criticize a coach or even a former coach. This doesn't happen too often. But Samaj Morgan has always been a little bit more just real talk, in his interviews and things. And so he criticized Kirk Campbell's reliance on bubble screens by saying, that's not my thing. And so he's optimistic about the more diverse kind of route concepts and more 11 personnel. So he's running more routes, showing what he can do. And look, I think we were all very critical. I mean, I definitely was, of what we saw. I was cautiously optimistic about Kirk Campbell. Then we saw the product on the field. And while I also think Samaj and his fellow wide receivers weren't exactly the best at times, too, dropping balls left and right, I'm kind of curious to know what is his thing. If it isn't bubble, like, let's find out what his thing is, because I'm still not exactly sure. But I'm sure Elijah's gonna have a field day with this one. But I will say I do take his point. And when you look at the film of last year, and the short yardage, the bubble screens, here's a 3-yard route when you need 5 yards. I do think Chip Lindsey is going to really open things up for this offense. And we even saw the beginnings of it in very basic terms at the spring game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look, essentially what Samaj is saying is, and he even says in the comments, like, or in his quote, he's like, I'm running more routes now. Chip Lindsey has me doing more on offense. Well, good, because I want to see that. I mean, I'm hoping Samaj has a great year. I mean, I know there's a lot of people who are skeptical, Elijah, and others, not just Elijah, but even myself a little bit, right? But we want Samaj to have a great year. And if Chip Lindsey's offense is going to allow Samaj to be a more natural wide receiver, get open more instead of just trying to use him as a little gadget player, then good. Because we do know Samaj has a dog mentality. He has a workman's mentality. He works hard. There's no denying that. It's just, whatever is the production? Well, the production might very well be a new offensive coordinator or quarterback who can get him the damn ball, and an offensive playbook that actually gets the wide receivers open. Because Kirk Campbell was a clown show, respectfully. He just was not a good offensive coordinator. Terrible. He was basic. You guys want to talk about basic? Take a shot at my pumpkin cookies. Kirk Campbell's basic.
Yeah.
Basic ass offensive coordinator. That's a basic starter kit. Shout out to my pumpkin pie fans out there. I see you guys in the chat. But yeah, pumpkin pie is the shit. But yeah, man, like, I'm happy to hear this. I'm happy to hear that we've heard this though. We've heard this from like the start of spring, right? We've heard that, the offense is more explosive. They're getting the ball down the field. They're getting air yards. I mean, the offense can push the ball. Let's see it. We're hearing it. Let's see it. We'll see it when the season comes. Obviously, we're talking it's off season, but at least it's good to hear that you have these wide receivers talking about, well, you know what? My route tree is expanding. Good. Because I hope what that means is we're going to see you become the best player you can be. So Samaj has my support. Obviously, I know we all, even as much as some throw on Samaj for his lack of production, we all, I mean, at the end of the day, we want him to do well. So what's hats off to Chip Lindsey for seeing that and hopefully having it translate to the field.
Yeah, so I think that with this topic, and as you compare the two offenses, it's like comparing in the NFL like Adam Gase to Andy Reid. I mean, it really is like, think of the bottom of the barrel to something that's actually could get the job done. And I think that Samaj could be good at maybe some people in the chat are saying the skinny post routes, angles. I could see him do an angle or a corner or just some things that will mix it up a little bit more. But he's going to get his opportunity. The key is, once all the excuses are taken off the table, offensive coordinator excuse will no longer be on the table, right? Quarterback excuse will no longer be on the table. Now it's all on Ron Bellamy and his wide receivers to do what they need to do, because all the excuses are gone now, other than, yes, Bryce is a freshman, but he's still better than anybody we had last year. And so now the spotlight's on Ron Bellamy and his wide receivers to perform. Sharon got him help. Soup Campbell. Let's see the results.
Well, that's the thing too. That's actually a great point. is the Soup Campbell factor. Like, because what do we think the influence is there? Is Soup Campbell identifying Samaj Morgan as more? Is I'm sure he's in Chip Lindsey's ear. I don't know this. I'm assuming, but I feel that Chip Lindsey would speak to it, Soup Campbell, and get his opinion on what he's seen out of the wide receiver. What are these guys? And I know that sounds terrible, like he's going over Ron Bellamy, but I think a lot of us do think Soup Campbell he's more than just a assistant coach. He really is. He's kind of the the veteran in the room and experienced one at that, who has produced a lot of talent in the NFL. But yeah, I mean, I think you're seeing, you know what I really hope you're seeing, but I think we are. You're seeing coaches identify their players to doing more than what they were doing, right? Like, geez, wouldn't it have been nice to hear this with Donovan Edwards last year? How about his route tree? Where was that?
Yeah.
But it makes sense though. Because if Samaj Morgan say, well, all I was doing was these bubble screens and now my route tree is expanded. Well, it shows, because what the hell was going on with Donovan Edwards last year? And I'm sure people have seen some of the reports coming out of Jets camp. Jets camp is thinking they got a steal. That, oh, Donovan Edwards is showing out. Well, good. You know?
Would have been nice to see that this past year.
Right, but Kirk Campbell, bro. You know, Kirk Campbell's the boogeyman, bro. He's the he's ruined all of our dreams. But yeah, so I think it's a positive sign that you're seeing the weapons for Michigan being utilized more in an offense where a quarterback can get him the ball, in an offense where the offense gets the players the ball. Now we'll see though. Now again, and we're gonna be very mindful going into the season. Obviously, we're gonna take it with a grain of salt. We need to see it on the field, but it's good to hear. I'm happy to hear it, and hopefully it translates to touchdowns on Saturday, baby.
There you go. Touchdowns on Saturday. That's what you want to see. And yeah, it will be interesting if Donovan Edwards comes out of nowhere to be a receiver / whatever he winds up being on the Jets. I mean, that would be just, again, indicative of the coaching staff last year not knowing how to utilize him. I think he was better at quarterback and better at wide receiver than he was at running back. And I feel like there could have, I mean, shit, he could have been the quarterback last year. I'll say it. He could have been the quarterback.
If we had a competent offensive coordinator, Donovan Edwards should have been an offensive weapon. Okay? Even when you have Donovan Edwards, or you have Khalil Mullings in the backfield, Donovan Edwards should be split out wide.
Yeah.
He should be on the field. Like, he should have been on the field more doing other things, even if he was a decoy for some plays, because you could have used him as one.
Yeah. And that's why when we were face palming because he was on the field, it wasn't that we were upset that he was on the field. It was that we were upset he was in the field in an uncreative position, just right there in the backfield all the time.
Right. It was how they were using him. It was a disservice to him, man. It is what it is. I mean, we got to move on. I mean, obviously he's in the NFL now, but it's still frustrating, and it's the offseason.
Fuck it.
But I will say, John, last Thursday, I think you caught this. We had a major debate, and it was the Sharon Moore contract extension. I think next Thursday we have another major debate, and that is going to be French toast, pancakes, or waffles. We will settle that Thursday on the call-in show, just so everybody knows. Everyone knows the deal. I will hold my opinion until Thursday. But I see the chat. I see the chat. It's getting a little heated in there. We got some team waffle in the house. We got some team French toast and team pancake. We'll see. We'll see who's right. We'll see who the champion is Thursday.
I do love, I will say this. We haven't had waffles, but Courtney makes an excellent French toast and chocolate chip pancakes. So now I'm just trying to I'm trying to go which because I've been a French toast lover a long time, but then with waffles, you do a chicken and waffles.
Oh,
and that's bomb. So also the question is, like, is it on their own? Do they, like, which one is better on their own? Because when you start bringing in the different dishes, then
it's a fair question.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll let the chat decide. I'm not going to be the arbiter on that one. I'll let we will get into, every caller will make their vote. We'll also put a poll in the chat Thursday. We'll get down. We'll see we'll see. We'll see who the champ is at the end of the day. I'll tell you what. I won't give away my position, but there was a time that I was a longtime supporter of one of those foods, but I have recently switched within the last 2 years, and I am now team other, and we'll get into that Thursday.
Yeah. So speaking of that, obviously Thursday we've got the call-in show with you and Johnny. I'll look forward to checking that out with this debate and others. It's always a great time to check out the call-in show. Just take your calls. Because on this show we don't take calls, just so we could present the topics, and like this is kind of like we're charting the course for the week, right? This is you get to hear the main topics, and then you go Thursday, you get to give your take on everything, and so this will be an opportunity to do that, including the pancake, waffle, French toast debate, or anything else that's on your mind. Go for it on Thursday. Anything we should be keeping in mind for Thursday, or
you never know. At this moment, no. But I'm sure something will come up by then. Maybe something with the NCAA, or
yeah,
you never know.
Yeah, huh. Yeah. Maybe the hammer is finally coming.
The hammer drops. Just kidding. I don't know. You never know. We'll have a good time Thursday. We'll be talking ball. Recruiting's probably gonna be hot. And then maybe we'll talk about Sunday's show. Actually, we could talk about. There's a bit of a beef within the community. I guess we won't bring that up here, but we maybe we'll discuss it next Thursday a little bit. There's a beef within the community. We've had one of our own straight of the opposition saying some things. We won't get into that.
I heard about this. I'm not going to dignify that guy with our airtime.
I just like stirring the pot sometimes.
Yeah. Michigander has been a member for 2 months and says, thoughts on oatmeal raisin white chocolate chip cookies with a little cinnamon?
So I've never had oatmeal raisin white chocolate chip cookies. I will
good.
say, big fan of chocolate chip cookies, though, especially right out the oven. I could literally crush 12 of those. No problem. I have a problem. Like, I go hard, man. Like, if I don't do sweets all the time, but when I do them, it's game over. I just it's best if I stay away. By the way, I wanted to ask, is Michigander 1212 the Michigander who I have debates with on social media? If so, that's cool. I didn't know if that was him. If it is you, let me know, though. Shout out to you.
All right. So the gauntlet's been thrown there. The Bull asks, if you haven't had a Detroit, and I'm going to say this in full caps because he's saying full cap, Detroit Cookie Company mega chip cookie, then you haven't lived. And I'm trying to remember if I've had one.
I've not had one. I'm dying right now. B-Dub, get me one. Send it to my house.
Send them to us. We'll evaluate this.
I mean, wait, what does this even look like? Is this like some like giant like 12 by 12 cookie or some shit? Like, what is this? Let's look. Let's see if I can find a picture. So Detroit Cookie Company mega chocolate chip cookie. Okay. Like, we are the show of diabetes right now.
Yeah. The XL cookies. Mega chip.
Let's see. Yeah, all I see is XL. Oh my God, though. Ooh. Oh my God.
I'm assuming it's hand-studded chocolate in 5 ounces of cookie dough.
Jesus.
How about that?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm in. Count me in.
Hey, Detroit Cookie Company, if you want to sponsor, let us know and hook us up with
reach out, bro, because we will sponsor that. We will taste test.
Woo-hoo!
I will taste test. All I need is a glass of milk. Maybe we can get Guernsey to sponsor us. Yes, hey, Maniac, my guy. Pumpkin spice pancake. I'm all in. Count me in. Pumpkin spice pancakes. All in. If you guys have not had pumpkin spice pancakes, I'm telling you, fire. Although I went to a restaurant one time, got pumpkin, not very good, but homemade are fire.
Yeah,
fire.
Homemade I feel like would be pretty good.
I like white chocolate. Shout out to Mark. I do like white chocolate. It's good too. I mean, I like chocolate and white chocolate.
GT has some of the most hilarious, like these sniper shot, these super chat, like Nick does too. Sometimes Nick gets a really funny one off, Well, this GT's got that and saying Campbell's route tree was a leafless twig. Boom! Roasted.
He ain't wrong.
It's not wrong.
Twig broke in half too.
Yeah. That is hilarious. Happy birthday to my light-skinned brother Juju. Juju, happy birthday. Enjoy your time, and I know you're going to Puerto Rico. I love Puerto Rico. Beautiful place. I went a few years ago. Beautiful place. Great beaches.
I'm sure the Henny's gonna be flowing for Juju.
Oh, hell yeah. Nick, thank you so much for this compliment. Shout out to the sexiest co-hosts in podcasting. Well, that's shit. We got to put that on our website or something. We got to.
Yeah, K Adams needs me.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, K Adams.
K Adams, come holler.
TJ's right there.
I'm here. Hey, my socials there. Get in the DMs.
Oh yeah, chicken and waffles. This is what I'm talking. This is my language right here. Kuzo's Chicken and Waffles in Detroit is pretty fire. Okay, I have to check that out next time I'm in the D.
So I'm gonna maybe take an L here. I'm gonna lose some street cred. I have never had chicken and waffles. Never had it. I don't even know. I bought Ludacris's Chicken and Waffles album in the mid 2000s though.
Well, great album.
It's as far as it goes though. It's as far
great
as it goes.
Album. But shit,
someone stole that album too. Son of a bitch. But yeah, never had it, bro. I don't know. I've actually felt it was a weird combination. I'm not against it though. I'm down, and we could do it. I'm down, but I've always just felt it was a little.
You got to go to a good place, like Bull. Yeah. I feel like Bull knows his chicken and waffles. I just have this feeling.
Right. It was chicken and beer. I'm tripping my ass off.
Oh shit!
Enough. I think the waffles.
We all knew what he. we all knew what he meant.
Yeah,
but
it was a good album. It was a good album. I think Blueberry Yum Yum was on that album. That was a great song. But my hockey team in high school came out to that song. We got in trouble. True story.
Yeah. They didn't know talent.
Well, he should have called it Chicken and Waffles. Anyways, yeah, no, I'm gonna have to try one day.
Russell Harris, those who can catch the ball will be champions. Yes, that would be nice if we could start seeing more of that taking place.
Roman Wilson, what a catch against Alabama.
Yeah.
The deflected pass.
Michigander 12-12. OSU football equals Toronto Maple Leafs. Okay.
Garbage. Trash. Losers. No, I mean, unfortunately, we can't. Michigander, shout out to you. I've now learned you are the one I debate with all the time. But OSU did win a natty. Toronto can't get past the second round. So, I mean, it's not quite the same. Really, Notre Dame's like Toronto Maple Leafs, to be honest with you. You know?
If you think about it.
OSU gets their flowers. They won a natty. I give them that. I mean, they're a bunch of clowns, but they won their natty. Speaking, where the hell is Doreen at? Jesus.
Yeah, I'm looking. Doreen. Paging Doreen. Yeah, maybe there's an Ohio show going on or something.
Supposed to be here. I'm taking it out of her NIL now.
Ha! Is this because Toronto lost to Florida? Is this a reference to the?
I mean, well, everyone's on Toronto's ass right now because they can't make it out of the second round. Their city hates them, and they're calling out their captain. But
something about Justin Bieber. I saw something with Justin Bieber.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, Notre Dame but Ohio State did win a natty, so I'm not sure it fits. I mean, they're losers like Toronto, though, so I guess that fits.
Yeah, they're losers because they can't beat Michigan. So
it's fair.
There it is.
I'll allow it.
All right, y'all. With that said, we are at the end of our show. So very excited. Thank you, everybody, obviously, who hit the like button, who did anything, who contributed what food they like, if they like pumpkin spice, if they don't like pumpkin spice, wherever you fall on that debate. Means a lot that you're here. And
Reflecting in the mirror. You don't like pumpkin spice, you do some reflection tonight. So
yeah. Well, so you can follow me, John Diadamo. You can follow TJ at TJ_Ronin. And yeah, it looks like you might be in the minority on this pumpkin spice thing, bud.
well, guess what? The road least traveled is,
But
whatever.
hey,
I'll stand on my mountain. I don't care. I'll take on all challengers. Let's go. I'm telling you, if you had these cookies.
that maybe that's it. I just haven't had those cookies yet.
You gotta have those cookies, and you gotta have the pancakes that I get from my dad. Makes amazing pumpkin spice pancakes.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
So what you're saying is
Michigander knows ball. We gotta do 2 polls. We're doing 2 polls next Thursday. We're gonna do pumpkin spice or no, and then we're gonna do the great waffle French toast and pancake debate.
Doesn't want to hold the flag for the listen. I am open. I keep an open mind. All right. Is it my favorite thing? No. But I'm a keep an open mind type of person, because maybe these cookies are like the best thing ever, and I haven't seen the light yet.
They're fire. I mean, I wish there was some cream cheese frosting on them, because then they'd be cracked, but they're not quite cracked. They're just really good and addictive. My guy Blue Wolverines says TJ is in his basic white girl. I like basic white girls. I'm gonna be honest. I like them. They're nice. They're nice girls. I do like basic ones.
We go from Kay Adams to this now.
Kay Adams is a nice girl.
She's
a little bit further than basic though.
I was gonna say, yeah.
She's got the sports IQ going, but I mean, she knows what she's doing. Of course.
All right, folks. Well, that's it for today's show. We'll see everybody Thursday for Michigan Call-In Show Live. And as we have been doing, we'll wrap things up with a reminder from Mark Rogers, voice of college football, about the Amazon link. And we'll see y'all next time. Go Blue, everybody.
You can make a difference here at the Voice of College Football. Use the Amazon link. Financially contribute to the Voice of College Football without spending a penny. Same shopping experience. It's easy. Go to any video on any channel. Go to the description section and grab the link right next to the capital letters that say Amazon. Use that link, and Amazon will instantaneously convert to your account, settings, history, everything intact, just like whatever link you use right now. No difference. Pay no attention to the product that you see right there. Just go search what you want. Don't forget the Amazon link. Thank you for your support. Sincerely, the Voice of College Football.